Assalamualaikum and a very good day. We are from Group 10. We'll present about Light Rail Transit 3 from Bandar Utama to Johan Setia.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am Rijal Fakri bin Ahmad Suhaimi. My ID AA23097. Our topic to be discussed today is about the Light Rail Transit Line 3, which is launched to connect Bandar Utama to Johan Setia. Let me start by introducing the LRT3 project. This project is designed to connect Bandar Utama to Johan Setia. It means to make travel easier across the Klang Valley and support sustainable city growth. But the project has run into some problems. The design keeps changing, costs have gone up, and the government policies have shifted. Because of this issue, the project has been delayed and funding has been tight, so it's not moving forward as planned. This shows us how important it is to manage the risk better, have strong leadership, and keep policies consistent. If we can improve these things, we will be able to complete the LRT3 more smoothly, affordably, and in a way that truly benefit the community. Now, I would like to talk about the background research, which is the LRT3 timeline summary. Let's take a quick look at the timeline and major changes in the LRT3 project. In 2015, the project was first launched with a full scope and a budget of 1.65 billion. At that time, the plan was ambitious and comprehensive. In 2018, there was a major cost-cutting exercise. The scope was reduced and the budget was adjusted to 16.63 billion ringgit. This was a turning point in how the project was managed. Then, in 2024, some of the previously cancelled features were brought back. This reversal pushed the cost up significantly to RM21.93 billion ringgit. As of 2025, the project is still being implemented but with an adjusted scope based on the latest decision. Overall, frequently policies changes and redesign have caused big shift in cost and timeline. This shows how important it is to have stable planning and clear direction from the start. Understanding these timelines help us see why strong governance and consistent policies are crucial for large infrastructure projects like this LRT3 project.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hazika binti Muhammad Khamis and my ID number is AA23100. So for today, I want to talk about the analysis of issues. For our project, we discuss about the LRT3, which is a project in the Klang Valley. So the LRT3 is a major transport that infrastructure project in Malaysia to improve the mobility in Klang Valley. So the line runs from the Bandar Utama to Johan Setia. The original plan was cut 5 stations because of to reduce the costs. And in 2024, the government reinstate the original scopes. So the total project costs was increased to 21.93 billion ringgit Malaysia. So the reinstate scope includes the previously shelved stations, extra train sets, and the depot expansions. So the LRT3 here having a similar issues to other larger civil projects. For example, we can say about the cost management and also the scope changes, the time was delays, and also the policy changes, and last but not least about the post-pandemic disruptions, which is COVID-19. So that was the analysis of issues for LR3 project.
Now, let's look at some of the main challenges that have affected the LRT3 project. The first one is the cost overrun. We have seen major cost fluctuation. The budget dropped from 13.65 billion to 6.63 billion and then rise again to 12.93 billion. These frequent changes made financial planning very difficult. The second one is about the policy and governance shift. Changes in governance led to cancellation and reinstatement. This inconsistency disrupted the project direction and made long-term commitment harder to maintain. The third one is about the time delay. Repeated revision caused delay. Timeline keeps shifting and it became harder to coordinate teams and track milestones. The last one is about the stakeholder and public confidence. Changes in scope and cost raised concern about transparency. Public trust was affected and many began to question the project efficiency. This challenge shows how important it is to have stable policies, clear planning and strong communication, especially in large infrastructure projects like this LRT3 project.
Okay, next I will discuss about the issues. We're having some issues. For the example, here I choose about the significant delays, time overruns and construction disruptions. The causes of delays happen because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and also the MCO causes work stoppages and they reduce the workforce availability. So in the post-pandemic, material and the labor shortage, for example the steel, cement and also the skilled workers. Next is about the internal planning changes and postpones due to installation tasks, and the government reinstate the project scope, adding back the shelf stations and the new work at Johan City Port. So additional work package extended the construction time frame. So for the example, we can say that some of that is up to 48 months. So they having some impacts here that I can say is about the operational launch was postponed to 2025, and also the public transport planning affected inconvenience for the passengers. And also it also increased the administrative and project management costs, the higher contractor claims and exposure to fluctuating material prices. So the public trust was declined due to repeated delays, and also the disruption to overall transport integration, including the feeder buses and other rail links. So that's all for the first issues here. Okay, the second issues is about the project cost and scope due to shifting government priorities. So the additional costs is 31.65 billion ringgit, but it was reduced to 16.63 billion ringgit after 2018 restructuring by removing the underground section, train sets, the depot downsizing, and also the cancellation of several stations. But in 2024, the government reinstated that 5 previously cancelled stations and additional train sets, depot expansion, then the feeder bus infrastructure. That reinstate that the increase cost by 5.3 billion ringgit, bring it up to the total to 21.63 billion ringgit Malaysia. So the policy changes occurred because of the different administrations priorities, different goals, which is for the 2018 was focused for the cost reduction. Meanwhile, the 2024 it's focusing on long-term capacity and also the value. So the reinstatement require new procurement and also the new contracts. For example, 2.47 billion ringgit Malaysia the packages and also the project extensions. So they're having some impacts here too, which is the higher project cost of 21.93 billion ringgit Malaysia created a larger financial burden, and also it increased the pressure on the government budget and also the public expenditure planning. It's also the long-term maintenance commitments. Next is about the requirement renegotiation of existing contract and the new procurement processes. So the longer project timelines due to reinstate the works, and also the frequent cost and scope changes raise public accountability concerns. That's all from me.
Next, there is the Assam ethical dilemma challenge in this project. Firstly, the cost rising from 9 billion to 31 billion really put the project in a difficult position. Secondly, it forced the team to decide either to stick to the original design, even though it had become extremely expensive, or remove some station and trains, which would definitely reduce the benefits for the public. When the government changed, the project had to go through another round of reviews showing how political decisions can easily interfere with what should be mainly guided by science and safety. Tight deadlines added a lot of pressure. Some contractors felt forced to use cheaper materials, cut corners on safety, or submit reports that weren't entirely accurate just to keep up. With so many parties involved, consultants, contractors, and several government ministries, keeping things transparent become a real challenge. On top of that, unclear design, detail, and frequent gaps in cost updates make managing the project even harder, making it difficult for everyone to plan effectively or make an informed decision.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ziad Iskandar bin Tablihan. I am AA233091. So right now I will talk about the ethic for 3.2, application of ethical principles. So in making decision for LRT3, the goal is to benefit as many people as possible without wasting public money. Cost reduction are acceptable only if the system stays safe, reliable and easy to maintain. So the transparency is crucial. Authority should openly explain why cost increase and how to redesign following proper standard, and speaking up if any change could create future risk. So the fairness also matter. Contractor, nearby communities, and future users should all be treated with respect and without bias. Since the project uses taxpayer money, every decision must be responsible, honest, and free from corruption. So for 3.3 ethical consequence, positive consequence, if the LRT3 project is managed well, it will benefit other. Lower cost is the burden on taxpayer, transparency increase public trust, and a reliable, secure rail system make community easier for all. Clear accountability not only keep corruption at bay, but also serve as a good example for future infrastructure project in Malaysia. However, poor money management can affect everyone involved. Sudden redesign can disrupt local communities, contractors and workers, while reckless cost-cutting might result in an low-quality system. Delay annoyed commuter and secret agenda of incompetent leadership make erode public confidence in the government and engineer. In summary, the moral choice made here have a direct impact on public safety, trust and profitability. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Nur Faiza Hanum binti Marunda, ID metric AA23093. Next, I will present about the public responsibility. The LRT3 project has carried out the CSR and environmental program, including the environmental impact assessment with community consultation. This session identified issues like noise, dust, and safety, leading to upgrade at 5 stations and addition of EV feeder buses. Contractor also published sustainability report showing the project commitment to responsible and sustainable practice. Okay, next is the improvement strategy for LRT3 project. The first improvement is community engagement. This improvement focus on helping community and making sure the local benefits from the LRT project. We suggest creating a stakeholder advisory panel to communicate with residents, businesses, and authorities. This panel can hold regular meetings to share updates and solve issues. We also recommend hiring more local workers and giving them training. Small local businesses can also be supported through training or small grant. To improve information sharing, we propose creating a website or apps with updates about construction, road closure, and safety alert. There are also be simple complaint system for the public. Okay, next, the second improvement is about protecting the environment during construction. We suggest better monitoring of dust, noise, water, and waste pollution using independent auditor. Station should use greener design like solar panel, natural ventilation, and rainwater harvesting. More charging stations for electric feeder buses can be added to promote cleaner transport. In conclusion, this improvement help make the LRT project more community-friendly and environmental responsible. Thank you.
As conclusion, the LRT3 project was designed to improve urban mobility by linking Bandar Utama to Johan Setia. But along the way, it faced major setback, redesign, rising costs and shifting government policies. This led to delay, unstable budget and a drop in public confidence. This case shows us how important it is to have consistent regulation, transparent governance and strong risk management, especially for large infrastructure projects. With better planning and support, we can make sure projects like LRT3 are delivered successfully and sustainably.
That's all from us. Thank you.